Hey team, Jen here. I'm making this overview video today to give students a very clear sense about what my expectations are for their performance as graduate students in the discussion forums and in the response papers. I want to be very, very clear about what I need from you. As a graduate student, it's really integral that you show that you are highly engaged and that you are very invested in the process of what we do. What we do is close reading, analysis, argumentation, academic kind of work. I need to see that if your intention is to be an academic, meaning that you have the intention to teach, to be a leader in the humanities, to write, to publish, to edit, any of these things, that you have that drive, that you are willing to put in the extra time. Now, let me begin with a disclaimer by saying that this course should take you 10 hours a week of work. No more, and please no less. Please no more either. Don't put in any extra time. You want to try to be efficient and effective in a time that is reasonable for a graduate student to complete the kind of work I'm asking you to do. 10 hours a week is very doable. That's what I envision. It's going to take you to get it's going to take some get up and go from you and a lot of dedication. But a course like this for a graduate student, it should be pleasurable. It should be something that you look forward to, that you want. If you find yourself not wanting it hard, if you find yourself not working hard, this could be a signal for you to reconsider your career path and your ambitions and what you want to do. That might sound a little bit harsh, but I do find that it is a saving grace to take that kind of reflection seriously, because the life of an academic is a very demanding one. If you want to be a professor, you want to be an academic writer, if you want to be the editor of a journal, if you want to publish novels, you need to really show a large degree of resilience in terms of meeting timelines, meeting deadlines, getting things done in a way that seems forward moving, momentum. So these things that I have in these expectations that I have for you in this course are not without their reasoning, without their function, without their stakes. So what are my expectations of you? As a graduate student, I want you must go beyond the basics of what I'm asking. What I outline for you in the syllabus and in the rubrics is really the bare minimum of what a graduate student ought to do. That's just the fact of the matter. A graduate student, somebody who gets published, somebody who gets a teaching job, somebody who gets that first novel published, is not the slacker. It's just not going to happen unless maybe you self-publish or you open your own university or something like that. But I'm being serious. When you go to the discussion forums, I don't want you, please, to respond to the prompt in any assignment that I give you. Discussion board posts, response papers, anything. The prompts are there for students who are uninspired, uninterested, they want to do the bare minimum. If I see that you are responding to just writing about decadence or aestheticism in the first discussion board, I'm going to be like this, guys. You don't want me to do that. I don't want to read the same post over and over again. You need to stand out. And how you stand out in this class is by running with a context that is unique, sexy, interesting, pertinent to you. If you are not hot about what you write, I am not going to be hot about what you write either. Listen, the prompts are there for students who need them. For example, students who are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what a context is. I don't know how to write about what I love. I don't know what an argument is. Then for goodness sake, write to the prompt, because you need some crutches to start this course, which is fine. We all begin at a level that is lower than where we end up. So if you need the prompt as a guideline, take it. Write about aestheticism, write about decadence. Actually, in fact, some of you might say, wow, that really is interesting to me. I really can write something unique and thoughtful and personal about aestheticism and decadence because that speaks to me. If that's the case for you, by all means, you might end up writing to the prompt, and that's totally fine. I will be able to tell if you are invested in what you're writing, if you're pushing that envelope. Um, I want you to choose a context always for your discussion posts that is unique to how you read text. It's unique to what you see when you read Death in Venice, when you read The Grass is Singing or The Stranger. It's something that stands out to you. As you're flipping through your notes, you say, I keep bringing up, you know, the sun. How does the sun play out in The Stranger? That's really interesting to me. I'm going to do some research on some Eastern symbolism of the sun. Maybe I can make a connection through that. And I'm going to write my discussion post about that in order to get my peers to think. So I want to see that every main post in the discussion forum is carefully crafted and it makes your peers scratch their head and say, my God, that's so interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Let me think about it. You want to create a main post that sparks debate, not just discussion, but debate. Now, in order to spark debate in a discussion forum like this, it has to be controversial. It has to be interesting. That's what a publishable academic essay does. So here you have the chance to practice. So rule one, what I want from you, I want you to show that you are invested, that you are sweating and drooling about this text and this experience. The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to not feel restrained by the minimum guidelines. Do not aim for mediocre. Why would you? I ask you to write one main post and 2 peer responses. If you post 5 main posts and you respond to every peer with something critical to say, good for you. That's what a graduate student does. A graduate student does not stop at writing one post. In fact, she starts writing a post as she starts to read. She says, these are my first impressions. This is something that I'm thinking about. What do you guys think? Then when she's halfway through, she might post another post and say, you know what? There's some tension here in this. This has me scratching my head. And then she writes another post at the end and she says, this is where I'm at now. This is something that stands out to me. She might write 5 or 6 posts. She might write 2. But however many you find yourself writing, put your heart into it and make sure that when you write a main post that it is substantial. It makes us think. When you respond to students, respond by challenging them to rethink, reconsider, offer direct evidence from the text. What I want from you is to show me that you are in the making to becoming what you want to be. That's all. So at the graduate level, you have the chance to do that. Let your heart soar. Let yourself be in love with literature the way that you want to be. For your response papers, the same thing applies. The prompts are there only for students who have nowhere else to go. Now, it could be that the prompt for a response paper happens to speak to you. And like I said, that will shine through. But if you are writing to the prompt because you don't know what else to do, you need to call on me. I can help you to land on a context that is 100% yours. That is the art of being an academic. You take something that's been read forever, written about forever, and you find something that makes it yours. You pronounce that, you claim that. That makes you an academic. Many things make you an academic, but that's certainly one of the things that distinguishes you in this class. And above all else, show me that you want to be distinguished. I want to see that you are rising above the C-level grade. And if you aren't sure how to do that, I provide a lot of resources for you. Go to the course resources. I have videos and overviews about things. Come to my office hours and read the samples that I post for you in the Best of forum. Read my publications. Read publications of anybody who's published in the Shapiro Library databases of JSTOR and Project Muse. Get there. Start familiarizing yourself with what is this world? What is this genre? How can I fit into it? How can I make my mark? I want to see that you're on that process in this course. I don't want you to fall off. I don't want you to give more than 10 hours a week. I don't want you to live and breathe only this course, but I do want you to make this course yours. I want you to be a presence. I want you to make me understand why you took this course, why you're enjoying it, why you're not enjoying it. I want you to show me who you are as an academic. I want you to help me and your peers to continue to re-envision, to reimagine, to redefine what it is to be an academic today. I'm just feeling so inspired right now. I hope you guys make me feel inspired in the forums. Let your passion show. Why are you a graduate student in English? Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself to the prompts. My God, you should only hold yourself to one thing, and that is the rubric. Make sure that every time you write an assignment, every time you send out a deliverable, that you have the rubric at your elbow. You know exactly what I'm grading for, because I'm grading for very specific things. And if you don't understand what those things are, you need to let me know. If you don't understand what critical thinking is, if you don't understand how to make an argument, you need to let me know. You need to post some questions in the discussion forum. You need to come to my office hours. And mostly you need to show that you're working on understanding that throughout the course. Because I grade according to the rubric. And it would really be a shame if you put in a lot of work and it wasn't according to the rubric and you ended up not getting a good grade. That's unfortunately one of the realities of what we do, is that we're being judged according to a value system that might seem esoteric. So I like to be very forthcoming with my expectations, extremely clear about exactly what I want. Please read the resources that are in the course materials right there in the side menu of Blackboard. Please ask your questions. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask basic understanding questions. That's what's going to get you further. I hope that's very clear. It might be a little unusual, but I want you to be yourself in this course, because being yourself is what's going to get you to the next level as an academic. It's going to get you noticed by me and by the world, the academic world at large. I hope that's clear.